Have you ever wondered how the magnificent pyramids of Egypt were built? For a long time, we've had this popular image of massive teams of skilled, paid workers, maybe even farmers, working during the flood season, all united in a grand national project. It's a nice thought, but the historical reality is much more complex and, frankly, a lot darker. Tetrut is slavery was a fundamental part of ancient Egyptian society, and it played a significant role in their incredible construction achievements. Let's peel back the layers of this romanticized history. The idea that the pyramid builders were all willing and well-compensated workers largely comes from discoveries at a site called Deir el-Medina. This was a village for the artisans who worked on the tombs in the Valley of the Kings. They were indeed skilled professionals, but this was during the New Kingdom, long after the Great Pyramids at Giza were built. Also, these were royal tomb builders, the elite of the construction world. This specific case doesn't represent the entire picture of labor in ancient Egypt, especially for the massive state projects of the Old Kingdom. So, where did the labor force come from? Evidence points to a mix of sources, and forced labor was definitely one of them. The Egyptian state had immense power over its population. There was the corvée system, a kind of state-imposed labor tax where people were required to work on public projects for a certain period. This wasn't exactly slavery in the traditional sense, but it wasn't voluntary either. Refusing to participate would have had severe consequences. Beyond the corvée system, there were actual slaves. These were often prisoners of war captured during Egypt's many military campaigns in Nubia, Libya, and the Levant. We have inscriptions and reliefs that boast about the thousands of captives brought back to Egypt after successful battles. These individuals became the property of the state, temples, or wealthy individuals. They were used for all sorts of tasks, from domestic service and working in the fields to the grueling work of quarrying stone and hauling massive blocks for construction projects. It's uncomfortable to think about, but these grand monuments, which we admire for their beauty and ingenuity, were built on a foundation of coercion and human suffering. The society that created them wasn't a utopian kingdom of happy workers. It was a rigidly hierarchical civilization where the power of the pharaoh was absolute, and human lives were often seen as a disposable resource to achieve monumental goals. Understanding this doesn't diminish the awe we feel when looking at the pyramids, but it gives us a more complete and honest perspective on the ancient world. Thanks for watching. If you found this glimpse into ancient history interesting, be sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.